immediate past president of the Nigerian Wrestling Federation, Daniel Igali, has penned a hearty reflection on his journey as leader of the sport while expressing faith in the leadership of the new president, Bashir Adewale Igali. In a lengthy post on his Facebook page, reads, 12 years, countless memories, one unending love. Wrestling, quoting Igali, Igali said yesterday, arrived at that moment after 12 fulfilling years as president of the Nigerian Wrestling Federation. I laid down the mantle, having served the maximum tenure under the National Sports Commission's guideline. Mike, what do you make of it? Igali has finally handed over the baton. What do you make of his 12 years of leadership in the Wrestling Federation?
I think I will describe it as that of success. You know, it was success-filled. If there is one sporting federation in the country that you can, you know, beat your chest and say yes, I think they've done pretty well in the last 12 years that he has been in office. I think Daniel Igali should be among those. And for me, I think maybe he deserves an award from the SWAN, talking about the Sport Writers Association, because this is one of the ways to, of course, honor those that have
now that SWAN is celebrating their 60 years.
Exactly.
They should give him an award.
Definitely, definitely. Because, in fact, the SWAN 60th celebration coincided with some of this, you know, election, which should have been a golden opportunity for them to also identify with those that have been building, you know, capacity in the world of sport right here in Nigeria, because by doing so, then others that are also stepping into that shoe also will be aware that the Sport Writers Association that serves as the eagle eyes of sporting activities right here in the country are also monitoring their own progress as well, knowing fully well that if they do well, they will be honored, they will be recognized. But if you do bad, then the SWAN as well can also wear the big stick against such persons. So for me, for Daniel Igali, I think he has been a massive 12 years stay. You know, that some persons are even pleading that he should stay. Yeah. Some were even saying that he should find a way to, of course, amend the constitution to, to accommodate, which for me, I think will be anti-democracy, despite the fact that we've seen him done good, but then he don't have to bend the arms of the law. Just for you to accommodate certain interests, all right? And the encomium that is pouring in clearly tells how, you know, good he has done. Under his leadership, we have seen a wrestling federation achieve a lot. In fact, about 150 medals won within Africa and the continent of the world under his 12 years regime. That is massive. We've also seen a resurgence in the wrestling federation whenever they go out for any major competition. If they did not finish at top, you certainly see them within first, second, third position, and that is improvement for me. We've seen him also investing massively in the youth development programs. In fact, as we speak, you are aware that he has a wrestling school that he is breeding young wrestlers, which for me I think is massive. During the course of his stay, he has been able to unite all the different state wrestling association. You know, this is one federation that in the course of 12 years, I never heard that they had any in-house fighting. All right. Why? Because you have a man who truly understands what it takes to man such affair, to be diplomatic, to accept blames, to accept responsibility, take correction, and of course perfect his craft. And that is why, because of the love that he have also embedded within the system, people are not happy that he's leaving. This is the first time that you are seeing a Nigerian holding a very sensitive position and is about to leave. People are like, no, let him stay. Let's find a way to amend the constitution to accommodate. Just like what we saw with the present CAF president, you know, when there was mooted that he's not going to run for the next election. Some association even wanted to pull out of CAF. Why? Because they saw the man as a new face, a new dawn in the calf. So this is what Daniel Igali represents. So for me, I think, you know, he has achieved a lot during his 12-year spell. If other chairmen in different sporting federations have done half of what Daniel Igali did to the Wrestling Federation of Nigeria, my brother, I think today we should be competing with the likes of Egypt, Tunisia, Morocco when you talk about sport, because these days Morocco has taken you know, the lead when you talk about sport development, courtesy of having right people at the right position, willing to do the right thing. And that is why I say that if you have few persons in other federations that did half of what Daniel Igali did or achieved, I tell you, maybe by now, the Nigerian sporting ecosystem would have even gotten to a point where we can say, yes, at least we are not up there yet, but then we are seeing something positive that gives us that hope that in the near 2, 3, 4 years, then we'll be there.
Talking about the new president of the Wrestling Federation, Bashir, how well do you know him? And do you think, of course, he can fill in that shoe for Daniel Igali?
It's a very big shoe, all right. For Bashir, I think he's been around, but not that much around, because not much has been heard of him. Although, if you take a look at his portfolio and regalia, I think he speaks volume. But sometimes, some of these paper document doesn't really speak the realities on ground. It goes beyond just being a PhD. It's about knowing the way to navigate your way through the difficulties, knowing the nuances of what it takes to do the right thing at the right point in time to get results. There's a difference between you going to school in Harvard University and having, you know, primary knowledge of what to do, how to relate with your people within the working environment. You might be so big that you have a PhD or even doctorate degree, yet administratively you are F9. You can't even you know, work within your family, not to talk about the extended you know, family of controlling people with different voices, with different ideas and opinions, different interests. So it is one thing, and that is what I've seen with Bashir, but then we'll just wait and see. But then one thing is certain, that he's going to step into a very big shoe, because Daniel Igali have also, you know, made that shoe very wide, that it will take a lot of courage, dedication, resilience, and ready to work for anyone to step into that shoe and possibly fill that void in a way and manner that Nigerians will not be complaining that after some years that Daniel Igali left, they will be saying, oh, how I wish Daniel Igali was still there. So we'll just wait and see what he brings to the table.
The big question is the Wrestling Federation in safe hands after Daniel Igali finally handed over the baton? We'll keep our fingers crossed, just like Mike said, and see what comes up, you know, in the coming days in wrestling.